One time, I thought it would be really funny to send an anonymous tip to the FBI that I saw my ex with a person who was on the run as a serial killer. And then I found out that U.S. Marshals surrounded their house.
No.
She said, what?
How could they do something like that?
Are you serious?
What a thirsty MF-er.
Not good. She's absolutely dead to me.
That's because she died.
I'm Sterling Mulberry.
And I'm Blair Payton. And welcome to
Bad Behavior, a morally questionable podcast
where two unqualified friends,
two unhinged comedians,
determine once and for all what is good
and what is bad.
Hello, and welcome to Bad Behavior. I'm Blair Payton.
And I'm Sterling Mulberry. Well, on this episode of the podcast, we have another Listener Conundrums episode, Blair. And that is where we have some dear listeners who have sent in some bad behavior stories of their own. And Blair and I are going to be deeming them good or bad.
Now, these are text messages. Do you think we should do character voices for each story so that way it brings it to life more, or is that too much?
I didn't warm up my voice today, so
Sure.
I worry I don't think that I'm ready to do full accents or voices.
Well, and all of mine would just skew Southern and old, so...
Of course.
If you were ever in my improv class, you would know this, but I would always do a character that was based in the South, and that was old. So that was my... I'm a limited performer, as one might say. So
Okay, well, I guess if you decide to do that for one of your listeners...
You know what? I'll suss it out.
Well, Blair, how are you doing? This is our first episode bravely after the election, so amazing. Blair and I...
Wait, is it really?
Yeah.
I have no concept of time anymore. I really don't. I can't believe, because that's been a minute. That's been a while.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? We recorded the day before. And then what happened was this. I got extremely sick. Classic. I got a cold. So I'm kind of still... Do you think I still sound sick? Or do you think I sound regular?
I didn't notice anything until you said that. Now I feel like I notice it.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that does not really answer your question. You sound
well,
fine. You're fine.
Okay. But yeah, it was kind of a devastating week because it was election, not good. And then it was then I was like, okay, this week I got to plan some fun things to kind of get out. It's been a hard week. I immediately get so sick. I'm in bed for 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And to get sick when it is the weekend is literally so sad because you're like, I can't even take a day off of work. I actually know exactly where I got it.
What was his name?
It is my friend's significant other, and he gave it to me. And he's in the doghouse for me, and he's gonna really have to work hard to get out of the jail.
Honestly, I would put both of you in the doghouse. It sounds like bad behavior on both sides because.
Wait, why would it be on my side? I literally was an angel.
Well, you kissed him. That's how you got it, right? That's how I perceived the story.
What?
There was some tongue action.
I hate this. No. Here's the facts.
Okay.
It was with my friend and her significant other. She had me over for election night.
Okay.
She did not tell me beforehand that her significant other was extremely sick.
But couldn't you pick up on it when you started kissing him?
Oh my God, Blair. I want to kill you.
Can I ask what the food? Did she have food there at the party? I just want to know what the food spread was.
I want to say this. She said not to hate they're doing the Whole30 diet, so it was Whole30 food.
Wait, was it just plants and
and it was just meat.
Wait, what is Whole30?
We can't even talk about it. Our listeners are tuning out. All this has to be cut. Anyways, basically I got really sick and they're in the doghouse to me, but maybe they'll make their way out eventually. But I tried to go for a little run today. I'm trying to get back in the spirit of things.
Well, can I ask you this? When you're sick, what is your comfort thing to do to make you feel better? Whether it's food or like piling on a layer of blankets and watching a movie.
I was mostly calling my parents and on the brink of tears saying I've never been so sad in my life. So that was kind of, I guess, how I found comfort. Was I hate to be a revolutionary. I hate being sick. I know most people love it. I actually really don't like it. But what's crazy is I was sick 2 weeks prior.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like you need to go Whole30.
Because of my immune system.
I mean, well, maybe not. No, I take it back because you got sick from your friends.
Exactly, and they were doing that.
Bad behavior on my part. I wasn't totally listening.
Exactly. But it is kind of crazy that we're like coming to the end of the year. Do you like kind of feel it? It's like, what the heck?
Yeah, no, because this morning, this past weekend, a mutual friend of ours, Heather Cook.
Yeah, like you do mutual friend, like we're not gonna say who it is. Keep their identity, and then you do first, last name, and then like address.
Well, she had a party at her house last night, which was very fun, and the theme was to wear something sparkling. Well, of course, I don't have anything sparkling, so I
That's
brought.
crazy. You don't have anything.
Why is that crazy? Because I'm gay. I should have something sparkling. Wow, bad behavior. But no, to compensate, I brought White Claw, which is sparkling, so it was still on brand. But no, I drank that whole case, and I got home.
Whoa, wait! You drank a whole case?
To be fair, I only had 5 of the 6, but they went down smooth. They were delicious.
You had 5 White Claws?
Mm-hmm.
Are you hungover?
Well, I was not feeling great. I didn't feel terrible, but I had signed up for a workout class this morning, and I was like, why did I sign up for it? Where was I going with this? Because the question, can you believe it's the end of the year? So when I was leaving the class, I was talking to this woman, and I was like, I can't believe Thanksgiving is next week. That was it. So yes, the year is moving fast, is what I'm trying to say.
It is pretty quick. Yeah, you're so right.
So that is a little hard to believe. And I ordered a Christmas tree from Facebook Marketplace
Oh.
that has not come yet. And I'm worried that I'm not going to get it in time for Christmas.
How can you order a tree from Facebook Marketplace? So you just pick that up?
Well, actually, it was an ad on Facebook, but I was in the market for a tree. So that's the connecting.
You invented your own Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, so I A to Z that, but it's a 6-foot tall tree, but it's collapsible. So you literally just put it up, but it hasn't come yet. I'm worried it's not going to get here until after Christmas.
For Christmas, even though you're a month and a half out.
Yeah.
Okay, so coming to this end of the year, do you feel like you have a word that describes 2024 for you?
Well, let me ask you, what's the word that because I feel like you probably already have one. You don't have one?
Well, there's still a month and a half left, so I'm hoping my word could change.
Well, up until this point, what's your word?
My word for this year, unfortunately, is disappointing. I would say it was a year full of disappointments, to be honest.
Or it was a year of lessons.
Here's the thing. I actually don't know if I learned any lessons.
Okay, tell me one thing that's pretty innocuous that was bad this year, and I'll find the lesson.
Okay, so I interviewed for a job for 3.5 months.
Okay.
And then didn't get it.
From hearing more on the back end of that, there's more to that story. And I think you dodged a bullet. I think you showed your tenacity and that that nothing in life comes easily. I think maybe not so much a lesson, but I think the universe directed you out of a nasty hole.
I guess that's good. I just don't think I believe in that, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, disappointing's your word.
I don't know if I believe in that. I think, and I was like reflecting on this for my 30th birthday.
Okay.
That I think I'm still reflecting on is like, what do you do when you put and I think you and I talk about this all the time. Mm-hmm. What do you do when you put a lot of things out? When you put a lot of things out that you're really proud of and you're met with silence? What do you learn from that?
That you're untalented and you should go away.
And that's
the lesson. That is the lesson.
But we have a month and a half left, so maybe I'll get some emails, you know.
Well, I will say my word is, I don't want to say roller coaster because that's too easy. I will say ride. Because I was in the car and I was riding along through the year, maybe traveling up a hill, maybe going through a valley, maybe just going on a flat road. But
would you say you were in the car a lot? Because you don't even own one.
I'm talking the car as in the metaphorical, like my body is my vehicle.
Did you ever play the game Life?
Yeah, but I don't remember it.
Oh, I was going to say, where do you think your car is right now in the game of life?
On a road.
Because we don't have any kids in the car.
That's fine.
And not even a partner, I guess.
Well, no, here's the thing. I had a partner. I just pushed him out of the car. So, he was in there for a minute. but now he's not.
Even though this year has been a roller coaster for us, if there's one thing that, we can really stand tall and say, it is that, say it with me, Blair.
Okay.
We
know
right from
wrong.
We're etiquette experts.
I mean, we give back to celebrities all the time, but do we ever give back to the common folk? You, our listener?
Right, the common folk.
So commoners,
the listener.
You are getting help today.
We have some real moral conundrums today that listeners have written into us that Blair and I are going to be reading aloud and deeming good or bad. This is the first one.
Okay. Got it.
And again, this is written in the, well, of course it's written in the I. How do I even say it?
First person.
I don't know what that. Again, I just want you to know that's like not me. It's like not me. I'm not,
No, I think we got that. Now I'm starting to believe that maybe you submitted a story that you need help with. Is that the case?
My two married friends just opened up their relationship. The husband.
Okay, this is definitely not Sterling. Okay, continue.
My two married friends just opened up their relationship. The husband slid into my DMs, seeing if I was interested in a hookup. I declined and didn't tell his wife.
Ugh, yeah, I would feel so, like, if I was in a relationship and we decided to go open.
Mm-hmm. And then they start hitting on me,
Yeah. And that would just feel, I would be like, no one I know, because that's going to be so weird, because I don't want to have to compare notes with my friends and be like, well, did he do this with you?
They have a
Did you like it when he did this? I mean, it might be like if you're not liking something sex-wise with your partner, that you're like, oh, I really wish my friend could weigh in on this. Then it would be good.
You shift him over. Okay, so, well, you've now kind of transformed the scenario.
I have.
Yeah, there's
Well,
kind
I
of
just wanna
about
look
them
at it
having
from
a
all
weird,
angles.
that they're bad. They're bad in the bedroom, and that's why the wife.
Or it could be really good, and you're like, oh, I want you to experience this orgasm I had. It could be either
Well, I think
or.
the more moral conundrum is just like is if this person should tell the wife or not.
I would say no, unless he messages a second time.
A second time, sure.
Yeah.
That's true. Kind of the first
Because you
time.
don't want to get involved in the middle of that sandwich.
Of course. As we always say, you don't want to be the salami in that sandwich.
Exactly. And so unless he's like actively pursuing this person, I would say, yeah, stay away.
Yeah.
That would be my advice.
Yeah. And what would be your verdict? Are they good or bad behavior?
And the person said that they did not message them back, right?
The person declined. So I think they
Okay.
did message back, but said like, no, I don't know, whatever the decline was.
I would say good behavior, because you're not wanting to infiltrate the house of love. Or maybe not. You're not infiltrating this situation, and you respectfully decline. Like, thank you for the offer. I'm glad you find me attractive, because that's always nice. But I don't feel this is the right opportunity for me at this juncture.
I would love to us going forward, if we ever have to reject anyone, we said, thank you. I'm glad you find me attractive. Just using the phrase, I'm glad you find me attractive.
Well, how do you feel?
I think also good behavior on this person's part. Bad behavior on the husband's part, obviously. I don't like that.
But wouldn't it be crazy if the wife was like, I don't want to have sex with you. Why don't you message my friend? Wouldn't that be a crazy twist?
That would be a crazy twist, I guess.
Oh, maybe she's like, I don't like my friend anymore, and I want to get even for her not giving my Tupperware back to me. So have sex with my husband.
Have sex with my
See
husband.
how bad it is.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think good behavior. I don't know what else you would do in that scenario other than like maybe not respond or like, and they were in an open relationship. Obviously, if they weren't in an open relationship, it'd be different. But yeah, hopefully they're figuring it out, and we'll stop dipping into the friend pool. Okay, well, listener, thank you so much for writing in today. I hope our advice, we really helped you out there, and you have officially been deemed good behavior.
Our next listener message comes from someone who is anonymous.
Classic.
One time, I thought it would be really funny to send an anonymous tip to the FBI that I saw my ex with a person who was on the run as a serial killer. And then I found out that U.S. Marshals surrounded their house.
No. They thought it would be funny. They thought it would be funny.
Should I read it again?
Yeah, read it again.
I'll read it again. Okay. Oh, I didn't do a character voice. I'll do a character voice this time.
One time, I thought it would be really funny to just send an anonymous tip to the FBI that I saw my ex with a person who was on the run as a serial killer, and then I found out the U.S. Marshals surrounded their house.
Oh my God.
Now, first things first, did it sound better in my regular voice or in a character voice?
I think I hate it like this. It was a little more easier for me to understand the regular voice, but I appreciate.
Sure.
And
Okay.
also just like now thinking like a grandma calling, it's like, well, that voice is like really old. So
Yeah.
it just
Grandma is feisty.
Yeah, put a different lens on the story. This is a crazy one. This is a real crazy one.
I feel like for me, this feels very cut and dry, but I want to hear your take on it. Have you ever been in a situation where you just really wanted to do something to an ex and just really get him good? Because it might be cathartic,
I want to say this no.
You've never wanted to call the FBI and just be like, listen.
I'm thinking this is genius. Because can you imagine, like, if I had the FBI swarming me today, that'd be really bad. And if that was coming from my ex, I would be like, you got me. You really scared me.
You got me, gal.
You got me.
Well, my only thing is, if I did it, I would be like, all right, when you surround the house, I would love to have like a live feed hookup.
Oh, totally.
Because you want to see it. You want to experience. It's not just to know it's happening, but to actually see it and the terror. I think that would be very rewarding.
I wonder, like, did this person do research on like a recently escaped serial killer? Like, how can you call the FBI and say, like, I seen a serial killer?
Isn't there like a top
serial
wanted list?
That's true, I guess. They just found somebody who's wanted.
Who's in demand right now, killer wise?
Is the FBI just like going up? They must be getting tons of bogus complaints. Like, I'm surprised they kind of just like did it. Seems like a lot of resources.
Well, I mean, if it's a slow day and you're like, I got to get out of the office, and then you get a tip, you're going to jump on that, Kind of like when I have a slow day at work and my friend is like, do you want to go get coffee? Yes, I would love to get out of the office. It's kind of the same for them, probably. They probably stop by Dunkin', got a coffee, and then they're like, let's check out this house and see if the killer is there,
I hate to
So how are you feeling?
I hate to be like this. I think this is an amazing idea.
Okay.
This is an incredible idea. Because I think it falls in the same category of like, like people have done, which I've never done, but is always like genius to me, is like putting somebody on like a bunch of like mailing lists that are like embarrassing or like, I don't know. Me and like start like sending like Rogaine to them. I don't know, like do something like kind of a little evil. But this is like another level. I would get scared that the FBI would try to track me and I could get in trouble.
Because, like, let's say another situation arose where you actually did see a serial killer, and they're like, "Well, you're the girl who cried wolf, and I'm not going to believe you this time."
Exactly. Yeah, literally, exactly. That would suck.
So that's my only hesitation.
I wish we had more information.
Yeah,
I guess I just hope nobody got like hurt in this situation, right?
Well, I'm assuming if they're willing to message anonymously, it didn't go too bad.
Right.
Because I feel like that would have been included in the message. Do you know what I'm saying? So what is your gut saying right now?
I think my gut is saying this is one of the best acts of behavior I've ever heard in my life. This is genius. Okay. This is genius level. I hate to look at this. If this is a man doing this to a woman, well, that's really bad.
Okay.
Now, if this is a woman doing it, I'm sorry. It's amazing behavior. Is that bad of me? Probably. But I hate to be like this in this day and age where we are right now. I'm on fucking thin ice when it comes to men. And so I'm saying this. Let's call the FBI on all of them.
Let's fuck with them.
Let's fuck with
them all.
Let's fuck with them and make them feel like they're going to jail. And then, I don't know. That could be good. I'd be very interested in that. So I'm going to say this amazing behavior. I think there is it's such a beautiful art of exacting revenge that we've lost in culture. You know, you and I, we grew up on movies in which people were exacting revenge on exes, ex-husbands.
The Other Woman comes to mind.
Right. Like, you know, people that have been done wrong. And then it's like, we grew up, we dated, we had our hearts broken. We exacted no revenge. That is so boring. So
this is our time. This is a sign.
So boring of us. Unfortunately, extremely healthy, right? That is unfortunately a giant red flag if you are doing that. But boy, does that make life more interesting. And so I'm going to say this, good behavior on my part. But if it is a man, bad behavior. But I'm guessing it's a woman.
I'm going to say, I think I'm going to agree with you on this because something popped into my head as you were talking.
Uh-huh.
It was an Instagram reel that I saw when I woke up from a hangover and couldn't go back to sleep.
Uh-huh.
And it was this woman who was like, fuck it. We die at the end. Just fuck it.
Wait, what was that message?
What I took from it was like, we all expire. So just live Moss, like Taco Bell says. Live Moss.
Oh,
you know? So if someone pissed you off, call the FBI.
Yeah.
So I'm saying good behavior.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listener, you've officially been deemed good behavior. Wow. Well, that last one was so crazy, Blair. But I'm so glad that we got to really, you know, give back today.
We helped 2 individuals, and that's enough because to build a bridge, you need a single brick. And we had 2 bricks today. And that's all it takes.
It's 2 bricks to build a bridge. That's
slow and steady.
That's the way to say. 2 bricks, 1 bridge.
Well, you need at least 2 to start building a. That's the saying, right?
I hate to be like this. Are bridges made of bricks?
They can be. Well, in the 1890s, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. It was built with 2 bricks.
That is so true.
Well, what I'm saying is they started with 2 bricks.
We have so many more bricks to go if we're going to build a whole bridge. Oh my God. You guys have got to start writing in. We need to be doing like 17,000 of these if we're going to get this bridge built. And now, Blair, if we are quote unquote building a bridge from you and I to somewhere.
I think I caught your cold and I'm just delirious. Maybe that's.
Well, in the spirit of giving, Blair, you know, we like to always look ahead to what we're grateful for and what we're excited about. So, you know, Blair, as we round off this episode, what are you grateful for today as we enter the spirit, as we enter giving season? And what are you looking forward to the most out of the holiday upcoming season?
I am most grateful that we were able to raise the funds for my short film because that was stressful AF. And I'm looking forward. We're scheduled to film my short film on my birthday in January. So I'm really looking forward to that.
That's amazing.
I know. I'm so excited. And I'm also looking forward to sweet potato pie. What about you, Sterling?
Okay. I'm grateful for 2 things today. I'm grateful for my health because, you know, I lost it for a week. So to be able to run again, even though it was very slow, was very nice. And I'm grateful for my dear friend, you. You brought me a lot of laughs today.
See, why did you have to do that? Because I didn't say it. And I as well.
I am looking forward to, I would say I am really looking forward to coming back to the East Coast for the holidays. I'm really homesick right now. And I cannot wait to get my damn ass to New York City for New Year's Eve. I'm excited. It's because I'm going to be there. Yeah. No, we're still, you know, where are we going to go? TBD.
I mean, there's something to be said about going to Olive Garden, Times Square.
You know, I've never even been to Olive Garden in my life. So you think I'm going to do that on New Year's Eve? My first time?
We got to fix that. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening today. Have a wonderful rest of your week. And we will be back next week with a wonderful show. Who's the guest? Well, we're not going to tell you.
Could it be a turkey? Could be.
Could you imagine?
Instead of doing like the White House, you know, the White House pardons a turkey, we just bring one on a podcast.
Yeah.
If we bought our live turkey on a podcast, we could go viral. But what would we do with the turkey after the podcast?
Kill it and eat it.
Oh my God. Gobble, gobble.
Deep fry it. We got options.
And that's our show. Thanks so much for listening today.
We absolutely hate to do this. We hate it.
But it would mean the world to us if you can subscribe to the podcast wherever you get podcasts, rate and review.
Follow us at Bad Behavior NYC on Instagram and TikTok. Thanks again for listening.
And remember, whatever your moral status, we are always here to judge.
Bye.
Do you think that was good?